Alright folks, gather round, let's talk about India's economy. It's booming, it's diverse, and it's a fascinating mix of old and new. We're talking street vendors selling chai next to gleaming tech startups. This is an economy that still depends on agriculture, but is also a global powerhouse in IT. India's growth has been nothing short of remarkable. We're talking years of consistent GDP growth, even when other major economies were struggling. This is a country on the move, and it's quickly becoming a major player on the world stage. But let's be real, it's not all sunshine and rainbows. India's economic landscape is also marked by stark inequalities. Millions still live in poverty, and there are huge gaps between the rich and the poor. So, buckle up, because we're about to dive deep into the heart of India's economic engine. We'll explore the sectors driving its growth, the challenges it faces, and its prospects for the future. Get ready for a wild ride. Let's talk about the backbone of India: agriculture. It's the bedrock of the nation, employing a significant chunk of the population. We're talking about millions of farmers, tilling the land, growing everything from rice and wheat to spices and tea. Now, while agriculture's share of the GDP has been declining, it's still a vital part of the economy. It provides livelihoods for a huge population, especially in rural areas. And let's not forget, India is a major agricultural exporter, feeding the world with its delicious produce. But Indian agriculture faces its share of problems. Climate change is a real threat, with unpredictable monsoons and extreme weather events impacting crop yields. Then there's the issue of small and fragmented landholdings, which makes it difficult for farmers to adopt modern farming practices and increase productivity. The government knows this and has implemented various schemes and policies to support farmers. Initiatives like crop insurance, subsidies on fertilizers, and minimum support prices aim to provide a safety net and encourage agricultural growth. India's not just about agriculture anymore, folks. The manufacturing sector is stepping up its game, aiming to become a global manufacturing hub. The government's Make in India initiative is all about attracting foreign investment and boosting domestic manufacturing. We're seeing growth in industries like automobiles, pharmaceuticals, textiles, and electronics. India's becoming a major player in these sectors, producing goods not just for the domestic market, but also for the world. But hold up, there are challenges here too. Competition from other manufacturing giants like China is fierce. India needs to up its game in terms of infrastructure, skilled labor, and ease of doing business to truly compete on a global scale. The government is working on it though. Investing in infrastructure projects, improving the skills of the workforce, and streamlining regulations are all part of the plan to make India a manufacturing powerhouse. Section 4. The power of services. From call centers to cutting-edge tech. Hold on to your hats, because we're about to enter the world of India's booming services sector. This is where the magic really happens, folks. We're talking about IT, software, telecommunications, finance, you name it, India's got it. This sector has been a major driver of India's economic growth, contributing a significant chunk to the GDP. And let's not forget the millions of jobs it's created, especially for the skilled and educated workforce. India's become synonymous with IT outsourcing. Remember those late-night calls to customer service? Yeah, those were probably answered in India. But it's not just call centers anymore. Indian IT companies are now global giants, developing cutting-edge software and providing a range of services to businesses worldwide. And it's not just IT. Other service sectors like finance, healthcare, and tourism are also booming, making India a global services hub. Section 5. FDI fueling India's growth story. Let's talk about FDI, or foreign direct investment, the lifeblood of any growing economy. And India's been attracting a lot of it lately. Foreign investors are seeing the potential of this massive market and are pouring money into various sectors. We're talking about big players like Japan, the US, and European countries investing in everything from manufacturing and infrastructure to services and technology. The government's been working hard to create a more investor-friendly environment, easing regulations and offering incentives. The Make in India initiative, for example, aims to attract FDI in the manufacturing sector, and it's working. We're seeing more and more foreign companies setting up shop in India, creating jobs and boosting the economy. But it's not just about big corporations. Foreign investors are also eyeing India's booming startup ecosystem. Indian startups are attracting significant funding, developing innovative solutions, and disrupting traditional industries. Section 6. Challenges and Opportunities. Navigating the path ahead. Now, let's get real for a second. India's economic journey isn't without its bumps in the road. We're talking about some serious challenges that need to be addressed. First up, poverty and inequality. Despite the economic progress, millions of Indians still live in poverty, lacking access to basic necessities. The gap between the rich and the poor is widening, which can lead to social unrest and instability. Then there's unemployment, a major concern, especially among the youth. The education system needs to do a better job of equipping young people with the skills they need to succeed in the 21st century job market. And let's not forget about India's creaking infrastructure. Inadequate roads, ports, and power supply can hinder economic growth. The government knows this and is investing heavily in infrastructure development. But it's a long and challenging process. But hey, it's not all doom and gloom. India has a young and vibrant population, a growing middle class, and a spirit of entrepreneurship. With the right policies and investments, India has the potential to overcome these challenges and continue its economic ascent.